Hello, welcome to another LEGO Star Wars set review, which I've totally forgot to review. This is the set number 75347, the Tide Bomber, which comes with 625 pieces. And you get four minifigures, plus the gong droid. 3 minifigures and a gong droid. The set is from Star Wars, of course. The Empire era. You get the TIE Pilot, which I'm not going to speak too much of it. It's just an ordinary TIE Pilot, which I will put a card in if you want to see the TIE Interceptor review for that. This will apply with Darth Vader. Oh god, this applies with Darth Vader. I will put a card in for the Tantive hallway, so then you can have a review of Darth Vader on the Tantive 4 hallway review. First of all, we'll have a look at the side build. Right, here's one of the side builds. Is a gong droid, a brick-built gong droid. Compare it to an imperial officer, which I'll have a look at in a minute. I'll have a look at these on big screen in a minute. This is the transporter for the rocket, for the bombs, for the TIE Bomber. You get two. You get 4 in the set, and you get 2 spare. This is the ride. You just get your minifig. You just get your ordinary minifig. Hold them on the handles and comprende. There's nothing much with this one. I know you can't see it because it's a dark-skinned figure. She's an imperial officer. We'll take a look at that in a minute. There's the build. Very basic build. Now then, well, next thing we'll have a look at the gong droid and the imperial pilot. Right, here is the gong droid. The imperial gong droid. And that's what it looks like. Comparing it to a minifig, such as like Metal Sonic, which is Metal Sonic. Yes, that's how small the gong droid is. Here's the gong droid. Printed detail, no stickers. Now, the next job is the imperial officer. If I can get the gong droid off. Right, here is the imperial officer. Standard officer figure. Standard officer figure. Let's compare that. Let's compare that to Rex. Let's compare that to a clone. There's Rex. There's Rex from the Y-Wing. The Microfighter Y-Wing. Leave it there for a few minutes to put a card in there once I get the review done for that. Super Shadow from the BioLizard set. I'll put a card in for that. And of course, the star of the show, Metal Sonic. Compared to an Imperial officer. Where the hell is my flashlight? There's Metal Sonic with the Imperial officer. Now, the next thing we'll have a look at is the fighter itself. Right, here's the TIE Bomber itself. It's quite unique. It's a unique fighter. It's got a function on the top. Just drop them down. Just drop the bombs. It's not a very good function. There's the bombs. For putting them back in, you just plonk them in from underneath. Plonk them back in. There's the bombing feature. I'm not a fan of the cab. I'm not a fan of the cockpit design of it. Right, let me zoom in on the cockpit without dropping my camera. There's the cockpit. There's the cockpit. Opens out like that, and that's all you get. Let me get my light inside. Just get my light inside. That's where you get printed control panels. It's not a good idea. If I put a minifig inside, just like that, and I really don't like it. No, I really don't like it. No, that's how you put the slide in. No studs at all. That's how you put the minifig in. Oh, and of course it's got stud shooters as well. It's got 2 stud shooters on the top. You all know how stud shooters work. I'm not going to explain stud shooters, how they work. I'm not going to explain how the stud shooters work. Right. For a comparison, excuse my 3 little assistants in the background, I'm going to compare it to an Arc 170. Here's the Arc 170. Here's the Arc 170, and here's the TIE bomber on the left. I will put a card in for the the Arc 170. Excuse my little assistants. Well, there's a newest addition to my assistants. There is one we got to compare, is the TIE Interceptor. I'll go and get the TIE Interceptor. Right, here it is with the TIE Interceptor. Works with the TIE family. The only one I need is the TIE Fighter. And then I've got all the Imperial fighters. But there's one more I will compare in a minute. I'll put a card in there for the TIE Interceptor. Right, and the final comparison I'm going to do, it's not an actual Lego set, but it's an official alternative build to this. And this is Darth Vader's TIE Advance. There's Vader's Advance. There's Vader's Advance on the right. Vader's TIE Advance on the right. TIE bomber on the left. I'll put the link down for the Ault build. I'll put a link down for the free alternative build instructions if you want to build this TIE Interceptor. But I have done some modifications. So then the minifigure can fit in there perfectly. Yeah, I had to do some modifications just to get Darth Vader in there. Oh, and one last comparison I want to compare with is Tails' Cyclone. From the Lego Sonic series. There he is. I was just curious about it. There we are. Right then. Right, if you're an original trilogy fan, this set is for you. This set, baby, is for you. I sort of grown up in the original trilogy era. Well, I grew up in the prequels. Yes, this is a bomber type class, Imperial ship. Yeah, if you want this set, you can still get your hands on it. I forgot to mention, I bought mine in Smith's, as usual. Where else would I get my Lego sets from? I don't travel anywhere anymore, so yes, if you want this set, I would recommend you go for it. Or if you want to at least get 2 copies if you want the TIE Advance. As I say, if you want it, you want it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. Or you just want it for the minifigs and use the parts for something else. Right, it's totally up to you. Right, I want to say thank you for the highest review for my Hammond collection, the Gig. It's just dethroned one of my Sonic the Hedgehog set reviews. It's dethroned it. Yes, my little assistants in the background here. I suppose I'll show you my little assistants. I'll push the tie back. There we are. Now you get to see 3 out of the 6 assistants. You can just see the 4th one. Yes. Hope I'll get more sets. Hopefully not. And hopefully no more Black Series. Hopefully not. Well, I just got back from a meal, so that's why I'm doing this review late. Well, anyway, if you like this set, I recommend it. I hope you see you lot in another video. Bye bye.